Hello, New Scott. We are so excited to welcome you to Maryville College. I'm Dr. Heather McMahon, Assistant Dean for Academic Success, and I want to help you get prepared for your first advising meeting. So today we'll talk about what is academic advising. We'll talk a little bit about the Maryville College curriculum so you know what to expect from your coursework, and then we'll make sure you know how to prepare for that first advising meeting that you have coming up. So, what is academic advising? Well, your advisor is like a guide. They give you advice, and they're here to really help you figure out what are your academic, personal, and professional goals, and then they want to help you make a plan to achieve those goals. So your advisor is going to be a really important resource for you all 4 years that you're here. You might be wondering, who is your academic advisor? Well, this summer, you'll meet with a faculty advisor who will help you make a schedule for this upcoming year. So you'll plan for both the fall and the spring semesters. In the fall, when you get to campus, you'll take a class called First Year Seminar, which all new students take. And your first year seminar instructor will also be your academic advisor for the fall. What's great about that is that that person has you in class 3 times a week, and you'll be talking in that class about your personal and professional goals. So they'll be able to help you really develop and refine your plan. In the spring, we have an event called the Major Declaration Fair. And if you are ready to declare your major in the spring, then you'll move to an advisor in that major. At that point, they'll be able to help you think about specific courses that you need to complete the major, but they'll also be a great resource for you as you think about what kinds of professional development opportunities you want to pursue and what you might want to do after college. One of the things I want to make sure you think about today is the fact that advising is a two-way street. So we have some expectations of you, and you should have some expectations of your advisor. The most important expectation for you is really that you should be in the driver's seat of your education. So you need to take ownership of your graduation plan. Be sure to read your emails and respond promptly. You'll get a lot of important information in your Maryville College email, and you don't want to miss any deadlines. So stay on top of that email. Ask for help when you need it. Your advisor is a great resource, but sometimes they don't know what you need. So be sure to reach out and ask for help. And get curious. Ask questions. Think about all of the expertise your advisor has, both on campus and Maryville College expertise, but also in their field. So take advantage of that and ask them questions. What can you expect of your advisor? Well, you should expect them to be available to answer your questions and to provide accurate information about your degree plan. You should also expect that they'll refer you to campus resources as needed. And most importantly, they will help you develop and refine that plan so that you can make some goals and achieve them. In order for you to start taking ownership of your graduation plan, it might be helpful for you to look at some of these advising tools on the Maryville College website. So the first one is called the Academic Catalog, and the catalog is really a list of policies, and you can find things there like graduation requirements, but also degree requirements for any major or minor that you might be considering. Another tool on our website are the paradigms. Paradigms are degree plans for each major that we offer, so they show you semester by semester what classes we would recommend you take. And then the last tool I would point you to are our programs of study pages. Those are web pages that have information about each of our majors. And what's really cool about those is that there's information there about recent graduates. So you can see what some recent students are doing after graduation, some career paths that those majors lead to, who some of the faculty are, and what some of the graduation requirements are. So again, what courses would you take if you were in that major? To find any of these tools, you can just use the search tool on the Maryville College homepage. So if you search for these, they'll take you right to the tools that you need. Now, a little bit about the Maryville College curriculum so you have an idea of what classes to expect. One thing that you probably know by now is that Maryville College is a liberal arts college. And in this case, we mean liberal in the most classical sense of the word. So the word liberal comes from the Greek word for free. And I always like to think of this as an education that helps you be a free person or a person who has choices in their life. So at Maryville College, we think that we want you to have skills that prepare you for all kinds of paths later. And those skills include things like critical thinking, being able to read critically, being able to communicate in all kinds of forms, being able to use quantitative literacy, and being able to research so that you can find information, discern whether the information is reliable, and then figure out how to use it. So those are the skills that we think that help you become a liberally educated person. And using those skills will give you all kinds of transferable opportunities in your life ahead. What does this look like in our curriculum? Well, we have the core curriculum here at Maryville College. Some schools call this Gen Ed or general education courses, but we call it the core because it is so foundational to everything we want you to get here. So you'll find that your core curriculum will be about 50 credits, and that's about the same as the number of credits you'll take in your major. So we think the core is as important as your major. Remember that you need 120 credits at a minimum to graduate from Maryville College. So when you add your core courses and your major courses, you'll find that there's room left over in your degree plan for courses that we call electives. Electives just means it's not a core course and it's not a major course. It's a course you elect or choose to take. You might use your electives to complete a minor. You're not required to have a minor here at Maryville College, but some students use it for that. You might also just use your electives to explore. That's fine too. One of the things I want you to keep in mind is that 120 number. Remember, you need a minimum of 120 credits to graduate. Some degrees require more than that, but at the very least, you have to have 120. If you plan to be with us for 8 semesters, that's 15 credits per semester to finish on time. So you'll find in your first year that we're going to try to get you at 15 credits in both the fall and the spring semester so that we can keep you on track to graduation. If you plan to be here less time or more time than 8 semesters, be sure to let your advisor know that so they can help you plan right away from the beginning for that. In your first semester, as I mentioned earlier, you'll take a first-year seminar. All of our students take first-year seminar. That class is really a class that helps you be a successful college student at Maryville College. So it's a really great class that helps you transition here. Our students all take composition and speech, quantitative literacy. So those are things that you'll probably take in your first semester, along with maybe another core course, something like a history course, a religion course, maybe a creative arts, a sociology or science course, depending on what interests you. If you have a major in mind, we like to go ahead and get you into one of those courses. So we may go ahead and put you in a major course this semester. So again, be sure to share that information with your advisor. At Maryville College, we want you to have time to explore. So you won't actually officially choose your major until the spring semester, if you're ready. But for this semester, let your advisor know what your interests are. If you haven't thought about your major yet, that's okay. We can use those core courses to help you explore and figure out what you might want to try out. Your advisor will ask you things like, what courses did you really like in high school? And what courses might you want to test out here? Certainly, if you know what major you plan to do, we definitely want to know that and get you in those courses right away. So how should you prepare for your advising appointment? One of the most important things you can do, in fact, the critical thing that you must do, is log into self-service. Self-service is our course registration site. We use that platform to get you into your courses for next year, but your advisor can't put you in the courses. They can only approve the courses once you submit them. So you have to be able to log into self-service. Don't worry that you don't know how to use self-service yet. We will do that in the appointment together. We'll teach you how to navigate self-service and get the right courses into your cart, but it's just critically important that you can log in. You should have an email in your Maryville College email account that tells you how to log into self-service and gives you your username and temporary password. You'll want to go ahead and change that password to something that you can remember, and be sure that you do remember it, because again, we're going to need you to log into this platform regularly. You can get to self-service from the Maryville College homepage by going to the Quick Links tab. When you hover over Quick Links, you'll get a drop-down menu that includes self-service. And once you click on that link, it'll take you to a page that looks like this where you can log in. So again, just make sure before that advising appointment that you can log into self-service, and that during your appointment, you can get into self-service as well. The other things you should do to prepare for that appointment are complete the All About You survey. This is a quick survey that just asks questions about you. You guessed it, based on the title. And this is really helpful for your advisor because they want to get to know a little bit about you so they can help you design a plan that's right for you. It's also great if you can take a look at those advising tools I shared earlier. So the catalog, the paradigms, and the programs of study page will be really helpful for you as you're planning for that advising appointment. And then the last thing I would suggest beforehand is that you write down some questions. Sometimes when you're in the appointment, it's hard to remember all the things you wanted to ask. So if you have a list of questions ready to go, that'll make it better. During your advising appointment, remember that we're going to use a video conferencing platform. So all of our advising appointments will be on Teams. When you made your advising appointment using our calendar, you should have gotten an email that told you what the link is to get into that video conference for your appointment. So be sure to find that email and have it ready to go so you can log into your appointment on time. It's really helpful if you can be in a quiet place free of distractions so that you can concentrate on the appointment. And it's really best if you could turn your screen on. The last thing I would recommend during your appointment is that you're just open and honest with your advisor. Again, they want to create a plan that's right for you, so they need enough information to be able to do that well. Lastly, if you have questions, please feel free to reach out. You can email us at academic.advising@maryvillecollege.edu. We're happy to help with questions. Make sure you're all set up for that advising appointment before it gets here. Again, welcome. We're so excited to have you join our Maryville College family, and we look forward to seeing you soon.